You know I've told you about this before, innit? You know I've told you about this before, Temple. This here is the greatest moisturizer. It is the greatest one. I remember when I first started my skincare regime, yeah, other people was suggesting other brands. Like, there was one brand that I was using, it felt a little bit chemically, not gonna lie. When I came across this, before they even sponsored the pod, yeah, I came across this and I was like, nah, wait, this is actually really good. The products are vegan. They say skincare for the man then, but women can use it too. You know what? Usually I say to people, if you are just starting or you're just thinking about having a skincare regime or whatever, forget about that. Forget that. If you are someone like me who just used any type of cream for the face and just washed your face with absolutely anything, I am 100% talking to you. You should start. You should absolutely start right now. Some people come up to me and they say to me, and they genuinely do this, by the way. I'm not even saying this as like, because I'm talking to you, but people come up to me and they're like, oh, your skin's really good and whatnot. And I'm lucky I have had good skin from before, but it was kind of important to me at a certain point to start looking after that. And this here is the perfect brand for that. I use everything. I use the cleanser, I use the toner, and I use the moisturizer. You can choose whatever it is that you want to choose. I think if you're going to start for the first time, start with the moisturizer. Start with that and then come back to me and let me know how you feel about it. We can give you 15% off. All you got to do is go to temple.care, and then when you go on there, you'll see everything and whatnot. Click on what you want and you can use the promo code HCPOD, which will give you 15% off. Now, if you want to dive in and you want to start doing say, I don't know, you might just be taking my word for it and now you want to buy it, but you want to get it every month or every 3 months. You want to get a delivery of that, yeah? You can do that and they already give you 15% off. If you use the promo code, you'll get an extra 15% off, which will give you 30% off. But you know what? Like, I feel like the people that are going to do that are people that are this like into their skincare and stuff like that. And if you do it, that's amazing. But I'm talking to you if you do not use anything for your face. Go check Temple Care, TMPL.care. Yeah, go there. Go and get the cleanser and the moisturizer. Do that. Go and get the cleanser and the moisturizer. Get it for 1 month. Then once you do it, come to me and let me know how you feel about it. I guarantee you will love it. Honorable shout out to the guys at Temple. For me, even after sponsorship, I'm not going anywhere else. This is where I'm at. This is 100% where I'm at. Enjoy the pod.
Temple, make something for our beards, man.
I'm sure he's there. An American Jesus. I don't think Jesus will ever be American. Let's be honest. Yeah?
So like those who have successfully done it, don't be fucking about, yeah, as soon as this time, when it's over.
It's true.
Yeah? Some of them are taking a piss.
I do enough stuff day to day that's going to piss God off. Innit?
Oh, 100%.
Like every day I'm doing something that's going to piss God off. Yeah, like, so one thing I'm not going to do is tell him what a sin is as well.
One day, we're going to need a very honest conversation about leaders, yeah, and some of the fuckery they get away with.
I mean, I just don't really get it. At what point do you become an influencer?
What do you think happens next for Anthony Joshua? Quick gym check then.
I'll be honest, I've completely I've dropped the ball, bro.
I feel like we always start there.
I've dropped the ball completely.
Oh my God.
I really have. I've really slacked.
Are you now doing this thing where you're starting now that the sun's out?
No, it's like I was in a decent place, yeah, and I just completely plateaued. You know, like when you're supposed to kick on, really.
Yeah.
Like this is like if you keep this kind of drive, you'll be fine.
Right.
But that was in like. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
And then it's like.
But I feel like I see on your gram, bros. Every once in a while, I see you in the gym, bro.
I'm in the gym. I am. But do you know what it is?
God.
If you saw my gym activity, yeah. If someone did a player cam on me in the gym.
Oh yeah. What, you wandering around a bit?
Wandering, bro. It's like I go there to just do nothing, bro. like they'll
go
say,
and check on the PT.
Yeah, they'll say if they did a player come on me, they'll be like, this man's going to cheat. Like he will achieve nothing.
Yeah,
he'll achieve nothing.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because he's like I'm more concerned with playlists.
Oh,
I'll go hit the bag, but like once I'm done doing activities,
yeah,
and now it's onto the push and pulls, and it's onto the like the stuff, the Romanian goblin squat, deadlift, Yugoslavia split press. I don't know, like that's not my story. Like I don't know how to do it, and not even I don't know how, but I genuinely look at everyone else in the gym who's doing all these like goblin Yugoslavia squat. It's like, when are you even gonna use that in real life? I've never done one of them. Like, as in, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But I see people, you know, like making noise. Do you make noises in the gym? Like, there's some people that are loud.
Yeah. No, so I'm not trying to seek that type of attention. But you know what? When I'm doing the clean and press, there's a couple
That's
of
that
sound.
one, innit?
Yeah. And I clean and press the shit out of the gym sometimes.
I don't really do
But I'm not like a mad, and I try not to fling the bar down either. You know, like people do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm cleaning and pressing in there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in now, and I'm training to the point where I think that like sometimes people are looking at me in the gym like, well, I didn't know you could bench that or do that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can bench 100. Like I know that's like the bare minimum kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, I can do all of that,
right.
but I just don't get it. Like I just I want to be active. Like I want to be able to like just compete
in what?
Everything.
In the gym.
No, just in anything. Like I want a body that's just dynamic. Like if someone comes in, I want to be able to just move quick.
Be agile and that.
Yeah, and I see them man going for it. Like I see obviously
your objectives are different then.
My objectives are different, but also I don't even train enough for my objectives.
Yeah.
I find the gym boring.
Okay.
And I'm better off with a ball at my feet or gloves on my hands. Like I'm way more sports orientated than gym orientated.
At least you're playing ball. You're doing some boxing or whatever. You know what? The reality is you're alright, because worst case scenario, you fling on some jewelry, it's fine. Like we know
the backup.
We've
plan.
understand that.
Yeah, we
understand
plan,
that. Like, and the backup plan's always there, so it's fine. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm definitely
the young hat, the young.
That hat. Oh yeah. That's what.
Fedora.
Yeah, what type of hats are you doing this summer?
Fedoras.
Okay, I hear it.
I'm going fedora still. I'm gonna go cream fedora. I'm gonna get the one with the completely flat.
Yeah.
Like no like flowy. It's gonna be flat. The whole, and a wide brim.
Okay, fair. Wide, yeah. I hear it loud.
Yeah.
I think I'm on a bucket hats thing.
Are you going back there?
I think I'm gonna go back there.
I see
because I noticed the bucket hats with the beard is mad. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
And especially what's that? Is it like the camper ones, like the safari hats, the fisherman's?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm doing that.
I might even bring out vests.
Vests. I hear that still. I hear it. That's what I'm doing anyway. But how are you though? Anyway, man, I feel like
I'm alive. I'm okay. Do you know what? I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends.
What sense?
Just working, and then I'm flipping. I'm not even sleeping great at the moment. But I had 4 hours sleep last night. Yeah.
Mad.
Woke up. It's like I still was like I've got to play football today, and I've got to go gym somehow. So I'm proud of myself.
So you did it.
I've done it.
What time did you go to the gym?
Just now.
Okay. Now that the sun's out, I need to start going to the gym earlier. I don't like going to when the sun's out. These are the type of hats you're talking about.
That's the hat I need, you know.
Okay.
What did you type in to get that?
Canadian police, bro.
Canadian police.
That is kind of the actual one I want, you know.
What, even with the dents in it?
Yeah. I wanted a different dent, but it will do. I'll get a variety. I want a khaki one, orange. That deep.
They're wavy though. I'm not gonna lie.
They are cold.
They're wavy. Sorry to just distract quickly, but yeah, I can only when the sun's out. I don't like going to the gym in the evening.
I don't think I can go to the gym in the evening at all. In fact, it's actually on my list of things to do today between 9 and 10. But I don't, I can't see it. Already I can't see it happening. But evening time, isn't that where everyone's there?
5 o'clock is mad. 5:30, 6, all the way up to probably 7 o'clock.
I'm a daytime gym, I think. I'm either morning straight after school run.
Right.
Or
that's a good time.
Or I'm like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
With all that, like, unemployed or like...
Yeah.
Them lot.
But you're saying you're burning the candle at both ends though?
Yeah. But I'm okay. Like, I can do it. But I can't do it for too long. I think it's because I haven't been on holiday for a minute.
Brother, you see the sleep thing? You know, I was saying this like literally on the gram, yeah? Right now, sometimes I'm so busy, yeah, that when I get home, I don't want to go to sleep because I'm not ready for it to be tomorrow.
That's even
I
if
don't
get
want
in,
it to be tomorrow.
Is that why? Oh shit!
I just
That's
but
crazy.
you know what it is? It's like it's not that I don't like. I'm not ready for it to be tomorrow yet.
Already,
Like,
yeah.
let me just marinate in doing nothing for a bit. Because like if I'm active all day, which is cool, give thanks, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that, yeah. But then after I've finished, I go home and I go sleep, and then I'm back at it again. I just want to just be in the stillness of nothing.
It's been.
Then I end up going to bed even later than I ever should.
I think I've fallen even more out of sync for the last couple of weeks because it's been Easter holidays. So kids is at home, and today was an inset day. So like today's like the last day of chaos for me. And tomorrow I can get a little bit of routine back. Like I actually don't like starting my days at 11 a.m. Like,
No.
I like to be up, out, activated by 9. Like, I need it. And if I don't, then everything kind of like everything don't really go together. I'm going to struggle without the school run, basically. I need that school run, get these kids off, and now I'm locked and loaded, ready for the day. So from tomorrow, hopefully I get that back and just no carbs.
Oh yeah, wow. Do you know what I say that? But that's my hardest bit, bro. I mean, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I go to the gym so that I can do what I want. So I don't feel bad for doing what I want.
Yeah, no, we're young, we're healthy, we're good.
Yeah.
But we know what we want. I know a picture of when I look at someone, I'm just like, yeah, I want to like
that. Yeah, and that takes discipline.
That takes I can't be eating these Lotus biscuits like that.
That's still. But yeah, it's the sleep thing for me, man. That I end up just killing my. And you know, I literally just found out that what I do is actually it's a thing. It's actually called revenge bedtime procrastination. It's a thing. Google it. Revenge bedtime procrastination.
Who you getting
Apparently, it's
revenge on?
even linked to like ADHD and all that. But I don't have ADHD. But yeah, it's a thing. But it's actually a thing.
So what's the revenge on? Revenge on what? The
Yeah,
day
that's
before?
what I'm curious to know. Go to it. Let me just see. Revenge bedtime procrastination refers to the decision to delay sleep in response to stress or lack of free time earlier in the day. So my thing isn't stress.
It's the lack of free time.
The addition of the word revenge to the concept of bedtime procrastination became popular on social media. Oh, so that's a social media thing.
But really, I get it. Like, right, you didn't give me my time during the day.
So I'm
taking
staying
it now.
up
Taking
by
it now.
force.
That's right.
Yes, exactly. What you think because I'm gonna be busy all day, I'm gonna jump into my bed and go sleep. No, I'm
it.
staying up then. How
hear
about
it.
that? But then I end up staying up till 2. Like I'll stay up till 1:30 or whatever, or 2, and then by 9 I'm fucked.
Yeah.
In the
It's
morning.
like I need. There are some people out there that take sleep very, very seriously, you know. Now, I'm not even just talking about the amount of hours they get. I'm talking the quality of sleep. Like, they get all these different things that is going to increase their quality, and that they wake up, like, ready for the day, like, bright as anything.
What can you get to increase?
I'm sure there's some things that, like, can increase, like, the oxygen flow. Like, or there's some people sleep with a mask, bro. Like, a Bane mask. And apparently it gives you the greatest sleep ever. A professional sleeper you can become.
How to become a professional sleeper?
But there are things like they take
Has it got bullet points?
You know, like little things like lavender on a pillow.
Oh yeah,
lavender. They're little
on a pillow.
like
I hear that.
silk pillow.
Yeah.
Like just little things to just get that the 1% to give you a little bit more like battery life for the day.
Yeah. I need to be better at that, man.
My problem is even if I sleep a lot, I feel even more tired sometimes.
Yeah, so do I.
If I have 9 hours sleep, I will stay in bed forever.
I'll stay in bed for 10.
Yeah.
Listen, like going to bed early doesn't mean anything to me, really. Like some people say the earlier you go to bed, the earlier you wake up. That's not always the case for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like my body just knows it's too early, bro.
Yeah.
I'll get up.
And also, when you don't have kids, I think it's different. Like I actually remember days where there was that I didn't even look at a clock. There was no need for a clock all day. I just did what I wanted. I go sleep when I want. I wake up when I want. And when I wake up, I do what I want. And at those days, like you don't need a clock. There's absolutely nothing that you have to do at a particular time. And then you have kids.
Yeah, then it all changes.
They mash up all your. You don't sleep the same for
What
like 18
time are they
years.
waking up now, though?
Who knows, bro? I just ignore it now.
Yeah, they're at
Like,
they're at the
ignore
age
it.
where they could kind of do their own thing.
The problem is though, because they still like keep saying your name, or you have to like you're only resting. Once they're up, you're only resting, because like I've got 2, so they're gonna piss each other off.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna hear is a cry or a moan or like, and she'll go and turn off his PlayStation or something. Like something's gonna happen. Like they're beefing. Where I think I'm sleeping for the extra 2 hours because they got up at 6:30 or whatever time they got up at, but I'm not. I'm just resting, and every 15 minutes I'm saying to them, "Leave her alone."
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's my mornings, bro. That is literally my mornings. Leave her. Every now and then I might even have to get up out of the bed and say, "What did I just say?"
Yes.
She'll be like, "Damn, you wipe my bum." Like, bro, this was this morning. This is my actual reality, bro. Like, I'm sleeping, but I'm resting.
Hey, that's the sick part about being a parent, you know? Because I always remember my dad doing that with me. And that seems like such a dad thing to do.
Yeah.
What did I just say?
What did I just
and then you become that. Then you become that dad.
I'm that dad now.
Yeah.
I've become it. But
Don't let me
for a while it's a voice.
Don't let me repeat myself again.
And on the 4th one, it's in attendance.
Right.
That's it. Like the first one is one, second one's the other one. Now it's both of you.
And then when you attend, then it goes different. It's quiet now, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah.
You get 30 minutes out of that one usually.
And you got a certain cadence in your voice as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Where I know, like, because that's important.
Yeah.
Certain parents here don't necessarily have that cadence. So it's like when they say something, obviously, like the kid will respond to it in a little bit of a way. But when the dad has a certain, or the mum has a certain cadence,
the Mufasa,
you just
it
like
cuts
through, just a little
like,
bit.
Alright,
more
yeah, where you're able to just be like, alright, that's a sting now. Like, now you're on your last chance. Like, 100%.
Yeah, it's mad. On another a random note, honourable shout out to everyone that's been fasting and that. I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling like I've missed a little bit of Muslim. I just felt like it just felt a little bit quieter outside. That level of restraint, because sometimes I always think to myself, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it for a month, especially as like it's coming back a little bit. If it was in August, I don't think I don't know if I could do it if I actually was a part of the religion.
Yeah.
But because I don't have that connection,
it changes the motivation. Like, you're just doing it for your body or to like show like solidarity or
yeah. But I do want to give it a go still, lightly.
Yeah. Even it sounds like a crazy cheat, but as in like even to just start like on the first day with just water.
Well, that's what I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna remix it just a tiny bit on a respectful one.
Yeah.
So fast, but drink water.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's tad
that's step
reasonable.
Step one. Yeah.
Tad reasonable. Step one.
Yeah.
Like and then like gradually see where I go with it and whatnot, and see what I connect with and whatever else and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna. Do you think you could do it?
Yeah, I do. I haven't. I don't think I've successfully ever done it.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, have you tried it?
But I don't count with water.
Yeah, no.
So I've done it with water before.
What, the whole
day?
No, not the day, bro.
Like from like
the whole period.
Oh no.
Oh, no, you're just talking about one day, bro. I've done that by accident.
Yeah.
I've done that by accident on one day. But to do it for the whole of Ramadan is a whole different thing, isn't it? Like, or just a whole time.
It's when you know what it is if you're not busy as well. But then, like, I think if you're busy, you can quite easily not eat or drink for a while. But it's just as soon as like you got in your house, like there's something about me. If I go in my house, it's like autopilot. Like I go to the cupboards. Like that's where I
same.
Just go there and I'll go there again.
Sometimes I open up the fridge. Sometimes I open up the fridge 5 times.
Yeah,
there's nothing. There might not even be anything in there.
I just hope something's gonna appear.
Yeah,
that's it.
I hear that still.
I do it all the time. But yeah, I rate them like being able to actually
massively.
Do it.
Massively,
especially
bro.
in like how it's been the last few years. Not necessarily this year's easier, but like there's been some years where it's just
I rate it so much, bro. Because you're right. I think especially like the last few years where it's been so hot, like even when it like some of them that's doing it in like super hot countries and stuff like that. I respect that to the nines, bro, because I know that it can't be, even though you're doing it for a cause, it just can't be
and also
easy to do.
It's not even I know fasting is fasting, you don't eat, but like it's not just the food. Like food is the part we think of to the naked eye, but it's also you have to try your hardest to do absolutely no sinning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't argue.
Masturbating is out of the window.
Out of the question.
It's a bit.
You can't.
Can you chop your wife?
Yes.
Okay. Strong.
I'm not sure if you can chop her in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, you can chop her.
Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
But it's not a sin. It's your wife.
Yeah, but you can't chop her in a day.
Or would you want to?
Probably wouldn't want to. But I'm saying,
Thirsty, hungry.
Yeah, can't drink.
yeah, I don't know the
afterwards.
rules, but I can't assume it's well, eating's not a sin. But I'm saying, like, yeah, it's like a,
Yeah.
But you can't, like, you're not supposed to argue. My brethren argued with me yesterday and he broke his fast, bro.
Oh, mad. What time did he argue with you? 4:30 or
He
something
kept
like that?
saying,
You're so
as well.
close.
He kept saying, he kept saying also that I'm fasting, bro. Like, you know, like, almost like.
Was he saying like, allow me?
No. Yeah, he was saying it loud, but he's shouting at the same time. So I'm like allowing him, but like, you're also shouting, bro. Like, as in, like,
Yeah.
and it did, like, and then the third time, I just had to be like, bro, who are you talking to, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shouting at me, I couldn't believe it. It's like, you're fast, you broke your fast, bro. He's apologized as well on the phone.
That's
The best.
good,
I'm
bro.
sorry, bro. I'm just fucking pissed off.
During the hours of fasting on each day of Ramadan, and intimate activity is not allowed. Any activity, intimate activity is not allowed. So yeah, no kissing, probably no hugging, no or hugging in that sense anyway. I hear it.
Yeah.
I
That makes
respect
sense.
it. I respect it. I'm gonna give that a go. I'll say like on the back of it, to like those who have successfully done it, don't be fucking about. Yeah. As soon as this time when it's over.
It's true.
Yeah, don't be doing that. Yeah, don't be fucking because you know what? Some I'm gonna go there. Some of them are taking a piss out of their guy.
But no, not
Wait, no,
necessarily.
don't do that. Yeah, listen, you don't show all that restraint. Yeah, and then the next day,
I think
once it's over with,
I think it is what you're not what you're supposed to do. Like, you're not supposed to like absolutely go for it on Eid when it's Eid.
Yeah.
But as in, you get rewards. It's like extra rewards during the month of Ramadan. So it's like every good deed is like, I'm not sure if it's doubled or quadrupled, but it's worth more. Like the whole month is a month where like you are more blessed than ever.
Right.
So like the idea is like the more good you do there, like it's amplified.
the more blessed you are.
That's
yeah.
why like
Yeah.
once you come out of it now, I'm not saying be on fuckeries.
No, you can't.
But I'm saying that has less impact as well, most probably.
It has less impact.
I'd imagine so.
Well, this is the thing, because I was okay. This is interesting, yeah. Maybe I'm gonna speak to somebody who's part of the faith at some point and have a good discussion about it. Because I've flirted with the idea of like just really deep diving in this. Because at what point are you taking the piss?
At all points, we're
Because-
habitual piss takers.
Because the Most High,
Yeah.
God, would be thinking, all right, cool. I mean, I'm saying what God would be thinking. This is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah,
outrageous.
it's occasion.
But is it outrageous if you're saying that? If you are saying that if I do this with the good intentions, yeah, but then I carry on doing some fuckery, that it, like obviously it takes away from some of the good I did, but it's not so bad because I did some good. You're making an assumption that God thinks that that's fine, right?
I'm sure this is written somewhere.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I don't think it's assumption. Well, it is kind of still assumption. It's down to interpretation. But as in like, this will be written in the Quran.
Yeah.
So it'll be like during this month. Like, I don't think anyone's assuming. Actually, I think this month we get like, I think Ethereum's going up.
But what I'm saying
Like
is,
like it's written.
But what I'm saying is, it would likely be taking the piss though, if in your mind you're thinking, well, do you know what? I've done this, so it makes everything all right that I could just do that. Because surely God could not love that.
Yeah, he can't love it. But I think we sin so much every day and we don't even realize it.
100 million%.
That I'm not sure what like the rules necessarily on sins are. Like what's considered worse than others, or is it like, are you like, or is it loads of little sins Like, or is there big ones that are like, we know there's certain big ones that you just can't kill no one, rape, blah, 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 blah. But I'm saying in general, like the sins that we do every day, like envy and jealousy and adultery, all of these, it's weird, but
Couldn't it be
they
that-
don't seem too bad to me.
Couldn't
No, adultery is like out of wedlock, all of that kind of stuff. Like that's all of that. I'm not here.
but couldn't it be seen as like quite relative or subjective?
It's so
because
subjective,
because you know what, like I might be doing something I actually believe is not a sin, but somewhere else in the world that is a major sin. So I guess that like it's quite
Somewhere,
a tricky,
somewhere
it's
in
quite a
the
tricky
world.
one.
Somewhere in the world or somewhere in like a religion.
It could just be somewhere in. It could just be somewhere in the world.
Because a sin, like the sins are the sins. Like they are the sins. Sins are sins.
You say that, but there's certain things that people do in other parts of the world, and for them that is their tradition and that is right. And to us, where we are, we would look at and say that is outrageous.
But I'm saying
So,
religion
for
wise.
example,
Go on. Like religion, like it doesn't matter where you are in the world.
are you talking about a religious sin?
Yeah, like yeah. Well, what?
I'm
don't know
talking
there's
about
any other kind of
sinning.
sin. That's all religion.
Okay, so let's say, for example, I don't believe in what do they call it? Female mutilation or whatever. You know, when they cut off the clitoris off. I just think that's outrageous.
Yeah.
In some places in the world, that is.
But is that
what's
cultural
supposed
or
to-
is that religious?
Yeah.
And that's definitely not.
Yeah, but if
Christianity,
okay,
is it?
so
or Islam.
no, I'm not. That's not part of Islam.
Yeah.
So let me just take that away from that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just in general, yeah. But like, still, you would say that regardless of whether it's culture or whether it's religion, it's still an act of what somebody is doing in which they believe is right, whether it is religious or not.
Yeah, but like
So
for
in their
example,
mind
it
and in their
says-
soul, they think that what they're doing is right.
Yeah, so for
And
but
maybe
it's
they are.
culture versus religion more time. So for example, they say like don't scar your skin, like it's religious. That's a religious thing, like whether it's tattoos, whether it's whatever. But you go to tribes in Africa,
And they do that.
hell, it's a cultural thing, even though it's
So then, how
It's
does God?
against
So then,
religion.
how does God gauge that?
God don't give a damn about your culture, bro.
So yeah, okay, but then that means that you're doing something
It's a
that
sin.
you believe is right,
Yeah.
but is seen as a sin. But
But-
you didn't know. But you're not like if you've grown up as this being the right thing to do, but you've been then told that it's a sin.
It's all on belief. Like if for example me, yeah, if I believe that in my religion you shouldn't eat pork,
Yeah.
then it doesn't really matter that every Sainsbury's I go in, there's pork, like there's entire pork aisles and everyone's beating off pork. Like I can't. Not I can't, but loads of people do. Loads of Christians will still eat pork. But doesn't mean it hasn't told you in the Bible to not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just a culture and religion can clash bare. Like
Yeah,
a
of
load
course.
of times they'll go the same way, but there'll be loads of times where like culturally, like it's completely different to what religion says or how religion's interpreted, bro. We've got like 25 denominations and more of Christianity. I don't even know how many denominations
true.
there are. Like everyone's swinging each other.
100%.
It's all against all.
But I think that like the point I'm getting at as well is that a sin can't just be a sin. A sin can't just be a sin based upon religion. A sin is a sin.
No, it has to be. Like, for example, I can't, it don't matter who I become. I can't tell any human on this earth what a sin is. Like, that has to come from something that's not me.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a higher power to tell you what's a sin. I can tell you something's wrong. Like, we know when something's inherently wrong.
Okay, I get you.
But,
so
like,
basically,
a sin-
you can't like if you are not religious, you don't sin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That man can just do what they want. There's no
Then it
consequence
just comes
because
down
there's
to
no
what,
sin.
it just comes
It's-
down to what is morally right.
Yeah,
and what
they
is
are
morally
really
wrong.
playing all against all. Like, that's the real game of all against all.
What's
Like,
that?
anyone who just doesn't believe in anything. And there's loads of people, like loads. Like, for example, how many people out there, we'll be friends with loads of them, people that would just say religion is a social construct.
Yeah.
Millions and millions of people believe that because it gains control over people. It gives you something to be scared of, blah, 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 blah. And there is logic to the argument. So that there is actual logic.
Yeah, of course,
to it,
yeah,
but
definitely.
it's all on faith, belief. Like faith is believing without seeing.
Are we not playing semantics then? If we're saying that, okay, I'm not religious, so I can't sin, but I still think that something is wrong.
Yeah.
If something is wrong, you can call it a sin if you're religious.
You
But
can.
if you're not religious and it's wrong, it's still a sin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I just don't think we're allowed to.
You just don't
be the
say
definitive.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think.
Okay,
I just don't think it's all wrong. I don't.
I'm
really.
not,
I do
I'm
enough.
never here to tell anyone.
I do enough stuff day to day that's gonna piss God off. Innit?
Oh, 100%.
Like every day I'm doing something that's gonna piss God off. Yeah, like so I'm not. And one thing I'm not gonna do is tell him what a sin is as well. Like,
what God, what a sin is. No, I'm just trying to understand what a sin is.
Yeah,
Because a sin,
it's something.
I
we
guess
shouldn't do.
in religious text, if it's telling you that you shouldn't do this, then it's there.
In reality,
But outside of that part, there's other nuances in it.
bro, do you know how much sinning we do? Like, for example,
Sorry to interrupt. Hold that thought.
here's a big one.
Just hold that thought. Just hold it
ahead.
though. So, for example, let's just say if it's saying something about sin and a moral act considered to be transgression against divine law.
And divine law that's just God.
Divine
It's
law
God.
is just God.
It's God, yeah. Divine is above us,
Right,
the eyes
right.
of God.
So let's just say, for example, now, okay, it's just in, okay. But then what is wrong?
Wrong is just inherent. Like,
So,
we know.
okay, I get it. I
You know what I'm saying?
understand it.
If
The
somebody-
higher power is saying this is wrong, this is a sin, but if you don't believe in that, then you just do yours.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. So, for example, I don't think it's a sin to slap someone, but we know it's probably wrong.
Well, it might be in religious texts to say that you shouldn't.
Remember,
Like,
there's sins, and then there's like also like the whole book isn't just 10 bullet points of sins.
No.
Like it's also about like lessons of do's and don'ts, and in what situations something might be appropriate, but we're still human. But realistically, bro, watching football and following football the way we do is a sin. It's idols.
Right.
I got a Chelsea badge tattooed on my chest, bro. Like when Chelsea lose, it messes up my week. Like as in like by accident, you end up idolizing something. Like and false idols is like one of the big ones. So like there's just so much that we do, but we don't see it as wrong sometimes. But it's a sin.
Somewhere down the
It's a
line,
sin.
it's a sin.
It's not to us, but sins are nothing to do with us, bro. It's divine law. This is God's law. It's God's court. It's not ours.
But then it has to have something to do with us because it's God's law, which means that we have to move by that, which has got something to do with us.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're however many thousands of years on. Like we every day we get further and further away.
I say that all the time. Yeah, I say that all the time.
We're mashed, bro. We are the most mashed of all
we're
generations, of everyone that's come before us.
Yeah.
Like think of how on point Adam and Eve weren't. Like I heard mushroom. Listen, I'm not even gonna get into that. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, but heard him. I heard what he said, and I'm not. I'm just saying it's hard for us to really make any presumptions.
He was saying that
we're years away.
He was. Anyway,
when
I'm
that
not even
happened.
going to go into all of that. Go on.
Yeah, years are a mushroom away, bro.
No, but I'm saying like I've heard all the stories. You get me? Like asteroids, that. But I'm just saying it's just so kind of stupid of us to say a story that we were so far away from.
It's mental.
It's okay to not know.
100%.
It's just okay. We don't know. But like every day, like think of how on point that generation after. Like God's basically your granddad, bro. Like if you're one of the early generations.
What, like back then?
Way back. I'm talking the beginning.
Yeah.
If you believe.
If you believe.
If
yeah.
you believe, that means that there's like 100 people on earth them days.
Yeah.
Now, of course you could chat to God. Like everything is God. Like everything, he's everywhere. It's all you can see. Like dons that like know God.
Yeah.
You know that?
I hear that still.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Now we're so far away and everything is so like they would never have guessed that there's gonna be a device like Bluetooth. Like no one was
true.
thinking like as in this is impossible to even fathom. Like who knows what's 200 years down the line. But
Oh, could you imagine?
Bro, like, we are the furthest that you can possibly be from God right now. Because we are just too far away in generations, years, Chinese whispers, everything that we're mash.
I just also think as well, bro, it's so, unless it's spelled out, there's certain things that are just, it's so nuanced. And there's so many different types of people that I don't feel should ever be excluded. If this is the true thing, nobody should be excluded from it. God wouldn't just say, surely, all right, I'm just going to fuck with these lot. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, God's going to think I'm going to fuck with everybody, innit? But I've laid out the divine law. I don't blame you for not believing, because I get it, innit? It's like, look what's going on. Like, it's the devil is going to be somewhere around you to cloud your judgment or whatever. We'll take this when you come here.
That's it.
I'll take it up with you when you get here.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
he's a father. He's like, think of how much he'll the same way I'll love my kids, and even though it's 6:30 and I'm having to scream up saying, "Don't leave her alone." Like, it don't really matter what they do. That's my kids.
Right.
Forever I got them. It's the same principle. It's just that he must be really frustrated with us right now.
100%. But I also think, though, possibly God would maybe be more frustrated with some of the people who do believe but fuck about.
I think that's worse.
That is a million times
100%.
worse.
Like, my dad always used to say it to me, like, I've grown up, like, knowing God.
Yeah.
Like, I've grown up, like, my grandma's super religious, all of, like I've grown up not knowing. So in many ways, you're gonna kind of get judged a little bit harder. Like, if you went to church growing up, if you went to church with grandma,
I did.
You've had more, you know more about this than what's his face from down the road who just never even, his parents never even talked about divine intervention. Like, it's never even been thought about. Like, it's just, they're just so like in their own world that they've never worried about the Most High.
Right.
Whereas we're not fully aware, but we know the Most High.
Right.
We know He exists. We know that we show grace, all of that kind of stuff. It's worse for us. We know better, so we'll probably get judged harder.
Yeah. So and so you should, especially as well if at certain points in a whole year you can show the highest level of restraint. You can show the highest level of restraint, and then as soon as it's over with, you're just going to carry on with a bunch of fuckery. Then you definitely 100% should be. But I know that like the majority obviously try to do the right thing, and there's loads of people that like come out of that time period feeling like really blessed and like almost like operate on a higher frequency out after it. And so like it's the best month of the year, and it's not just synonymous with Islam. Like, Christianity, that includes fasting. Judaism, that includes fasting. It's just that it's like really nailed on with Islam. Like, this is what we do during Ramadan. But fasting's been a thing, like in all religions more often than not. Yeah.
Even in like Buddhists and all of that. This is what I'm saying. Like, fasting's a real thing. Like, it gets you closer to like your spiritual best version of yourself.
Well, I did miss like some of my Muslim people at my dance recently. I had a party recently. It would have been that, like, obviously I understood the cause and whatnot, but missed a few Muslims there because usually, and that would have sold out even quicker, to be honest with you. But everyone had to be inside, so I understand that. Actually, so let's stay on there quickly. What's his name? That spiritual leader.
Dalai Lama.
Yeah, what's his name? Dalai
Lama.
Say it.
The Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama. Dalai. Pull it on the screen, please. You know who that is, right?
I don't know. I know the name, and I know he's spiritual something. Is that a? Does it change? Does his role? Is that a person that?
Is that his actual name, or is that what he?
That's his title, isn't it? So there's always another one.
There's another one.
It's like a pope.
So there'll be a 15th one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a spiritual leader. Did you see what happened with him on socials recently?
No.
You didn't see this? Show him it. Can't you press play on that?
What's he done?
Yeah.
There it is. There. So that's a child. That's a child.
Yeah.
Let me reload that.
What did he do?
Kisses a child.
Then he wait. It's not over. Wait 1 second. So he's asking the child for the child's tongue.
What? Why?
He asked the child to suck his tongue as well.
Why?
I-
He did it. It is. Do you know what I have to ask about? Like, because, I mean, bro, he's surrounded by cameras. He did this in public on purpose. I just would like to know, like, have why? What? He regrets the interaction.
Let me tell you something, my bro. It's mental.
What's going on?
Brother, he's asking a child to suck his tongue.
So this is
and
where-
he's got his tongue. That's not his you. That is
Bro.
wait. Put your you in that scenario right there. Put your daughter in that scenario right there. I understand that you're not part of this faith thing here, but if your daughter is on this man's lap,
Wait, hold on. I'm really confused. Yeah. Is that like a tradition?
no, I think they were saying that he was playing around.
He just lost his mind.
They say that he was playing about and that he's like really playful or whatever. That's what they were saying.
And this is where culture. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but culture.
Are they
and-
Tibet? They're from Tibet,
we
right?
could get to that part in a bit. Culture, religion, sinning, and all of that.
But for example, yeah, like
That's outrageous.
that's outrageous. But he obviously at the time is very aware that he's on Sky News and like loads of cameras. Like this is a world broadcast. He's one of the biggest figures in the
No,
world.
that wasn't on Sky News. Someone took the footage and it's now on Sky News because it basically someone's filmed it. It's
But yeah,
gone
but
on the
he's
internet.
in front of cameras though. Like I guess, like you know,
Yeah,
like
he's
there
on
was even
yeah.
people behind him had cameras and that. Like it just.
But you know what
Good
though?
Lord.
You say that, yeah, that like he would be aware that there's people watching or whatnot. I'm not saying that he is an outright or whatever it is. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that at the age that he's at and for how long certain things are going on, sometimes when leaders get into a place of position, they just do things because they just can just do it. And that's why sometimes when I watch this, yeah, I've been thinking this already. One day, we're going to need a very honest conversation about leaders, yeah, and some of the fuckery they get away with. Because that is it, bro. That is literally it. It's like, you can't, what is it? It's like hidden in plain sight then, isn't it? It's the same sort of thing. It's like, I'm at this point, I have this amount of power, this is what I do. Obviously, God bless me. I can do whatever I want to do. There could be cameras on me. It doesn't matter because I am me.
I'm actually just shocked. I don't know because I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to achieve.
And can I say this as well? Yeah, that is not a cultural thing. That's not a cultural. That joking around is not.
Yeah, there's no
culture.
version
That
of joking
is-
around.
Nah, like maybe in culture you might have a child on the lap. You might fling some water on the child.
I'm just
or whatever
shocked
it
of
is.
how brazen, like, as in he's in front of other people doing this.
It's outrageous, bruv. It is outrageous. But I just feel like sometimes, like, I don't know, man. People get into power and end up just doing some mad
I wonder
things.
if that is a full-blown cult. I remember HSBC advert, yeah, and they would be like, they would always do it. They'll be like, that in like one culture means hello, but in another culture across the world somewhere,
means, yeah.
be like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it means that.
Yeah.
It's just like HSBC, the world's local bank. But it's just like,
yeah.
like it lets you know that that's just, bro, this world is fucked. Not fucked, but it's just crazy. Like he thought for whatever reason that was acceptable.
Yeah, but then like let's dig
That's
deeper
scary.
just for just a tiny bit. Yeah, don't you think that like it's things like that that really put off some people from really connecting to like spirituality in that form?
I've got this thing about human figureheads in real positions of power within religions. So, i.e., a Dalai Lama, a Pope, a whatever it is, like where you are almost the figurehead for an entire religion, and you're essentially you're responsible for like a quarter of the world's population's beliefs. that's a lot of like. I'm always skeptical about these dons. Not necessarily think they're all weird.
No.
But as in, like, why are we overcomplicating in this in terms of like one person is you're now God's spokesperson.
And why are you always rich or got a bit of money?
They always got hella money.
Why have you got a bit of money? I mean,
Yeah.
that is another bit to me that's always just a bit funny sometimes. Because like, let me take it away from him. It's like when I see some of the people like in churches in like, you know, in certain, let's say like in certain parts of Africa.
Yeah.
And you've got this man walking around, putting his hand on people, and then all of a sudden they can sprint. They couldn't walk before, but now they can do cartwheels and all this type of shit. And then enough times you see them leaving out in the Bentley and the Rolls Royce. It's like, I was watching something the other day, and maybe it feels like I'm painting everyone with the same brush, which I'm not, because of clearly there are some, like, you know what I'm doing when I'm doing this. Like, there's clearly a separation between the good and the bad, right? But I was watching something the other day that someone sent to me on Twitter. Yeah, it was on a documentary about like, was it something gold? It was like Mafia Gold. If you put it on there, you'll see it a little bit. Yeah, Mafia Gold. But I watched the first episode anyway. I didn't watch the whole thing. Whereas it was like about these people that were transporting. Well, they were doing money laundering, but they were doing it at a mass scale. So like 100 million pounds and that, and they were trying to like put in different banks and whatnot, yeah. And the bear of it was going through Zimbabwe and whatever. And this one man, he's got like connects with like all the president and leaders of like African countries and whatnot, and he can just shout them whenever he wants to, and this, that, and the fourth. But also every minute this Don's talk about like, yeah, God bless you, bless this, God this, that, whatever. And he's like constantly going on because he's obviously a part of a faith. And then it goes on to this other Don, yeah, who's part of this money laundering scheme. But then when you see what he does on a Sunday, it is nuts, bro. Yeah. This man's walking there talking about he can predict all the football scores. That was one of his things. I can predict. He can predict all the football scores. He's like going in there, he's touching people, and he's doing all this type of stuff. And I'm like, we need to start having an honest conversation about some of them.
But the thing is, you know, that's the one thing. This is where you can get people. Like, this is where, like, God will be looking at this earth and be thinking, I can't believe they've done this. Because, like, corruption via faith
is mental.
Is actually mental. And we get it at all levels. Like, it's one thing nicking a few quid from the offering to go and buy your Lambo. It's another thing almost showing people that you have a direct line to God. Like, you tell me what you need, I'm going to get that for you. And bust me 5 bags, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to get this for you. It's crazy. Like, and it happens all. But America is like bad for it, terrible for it. Like, even here, like we've seen. I forgot what them lot was called. But like everywhere, there's somebody doing something, because faith is a big thing, man. Like there's a few things that you can always tap into and get some money from. But it's just, I would never dare, bro. God will put you in the hottest possible part he can, bro.
Yeah. Well, I would like to believe so, because I think it is outrageous, bruv. Like, some of them have got away with absolute murder for decades, centuries, like it's nuts. And that corruption doesn't always come in the form of money. It comes in like abuse and all of that, making people believe, like, you know, it's like creating your own interpretation of how certain things are supposed to be, and then just getting away with it. That Don getting a child to you know, putting his tongue out and doing all of that type of stuff in front of people, to me speaks volumes, man, because it's like, yeah, he's doing it in front of people, but to me it just seems like this is someone who believes that none of that even really mattered. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can just do what I want to do, and it's fine. You know, him probably having to apologize. He probably didn't even want to apologize. What am I apologizing for? He may not even be the person who apologized. It might have just been someone else. But it's like, after that, for me, I know that there's like probably part of that congregation who will make an excuse for it and make a reason for it, and it just is what it is. But I do also think that people that are searching for that next thing, that are already quite naturally cynical
Yeah.
of thing, it makes it extra harder to connect when you see these type of things. And maybe it's also because of what you said as well. It's like, why you? Like, why you?
I'm sure there's a reason as to why. It must be like through work you've done and I don't know, bloodlines, whatever it is. It don't really matter to me. I just don't like the idea ever of you being God's representation on earth. So I'm saying, like, everything's there in the books. If you believe in the religion, everything's there for you in books. It just needs to be between you and God, and you might need churches or mosques.
You need someone to teach.
Yeah, you need someone to teach.
teach.
And sometimes some people can just read and learn everything from that. Other people need people essentially to be motivational speakers. That's what you get in a church. That's why you would have seen it growing up. Aunties and uncles like excited because a certain pastor was coming from so and so, from such a place, and he really can get the message across. But he got an appearance fee. That's the facts of it.
I hear that still.
PK Humble.
You got an appearance.
That's it.
fee. I hear it, man.
So I'm saying, so it's just it's a job. It's money. When used right, it is correct. Of course it is.
Right.
But like the room for corruption in it is absolutely humongous, man. Like, because there's just people's hopes, dreams, futures, everyone. You know, and as you get older and you realize that, you know, life isn't forever, or it just takes one thing to happen in your life, and all of a sudden you start really thinking about, what happens once you die, and you start really locking in and wanting to be as close to God as you could possibly be and get everything right. That's worth everything.
I think that some spiritual leaders, not all, are either like tapped to a point of like could potentially be mentally unstable, or they actually think that it will be all right. Like I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I'll deal with it when I get. I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying a section will be like, I don't even know if some of them believe. I'll go as far as that. I don't know if some of them believe.
Back and just sparking up as
I don't know if some of them believe like that. It's either one of the two. It's either the one of the two. Culture now, I guess, like in culture, that goes back to what we were talking about, like right and wrong in it. If you've culturally gone through something and that has just been your life, then I do understand the type of rewiring that might need if it does need that. But with culture, you can't always do that, can you? Like, it's a bit of a culture's a bit of a weird one.
Let me just take this quickly. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
I don't. Well, religion, is like. Nah, it's cool. 6% will do. Religion is just one of those things where, unfortunately, we can't have all the answers. Possibly until well after we've passed, and we actually get to meet our maker. We can't. Like, everyone will assume they're correct. That's what I'm saying. Whether it's because of your upbringing, some people have grown up this, and then they've learnt more about that, and they've become that. And some people never search. Some people, like, it's weird. Like, but everyone, by the time they're whatever, believes that they're in the right place. Like, it's kind of scary in a way because, like, bro, like, my grandma is positive she's got it bang on, bro, but she's not. She is a Seventh-day Adventist. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have someone from a different religion who, bro, their grandma is going to 100% think that, nah, this is it. Just 100. It is. I wonder if it's like as long as you're one of these, you're all right.
Yeah.
Because, like, they are essentially the same story in it. They kind of get a bit mad over Jesus, basically, and it is where this kind of all starts to fall apart. But in reality, like, everyone's just searching for the answers, isn't it? Like, it's the two. They say that's the two biggest questions on earth. Where did we come from? Where are we going?
Yeah, that is the two biggest questions, to be fair.
I don't even really ask them questions like that. I'm more thinking, when's the next R&B dance?
I hear that still. I hear that still.
I know I can't get those answers till after we're dead. Really?
But yeah. Them like that. I just think that thing there with my man makes me think about a lot of things in regard, because the reason why it makes me think that is because of, remember what you just said before, we're getting further and further away. Yeah. We're getting further and further away from what our natural state is supposed to be. I don't even know where that is, by the way.
Exactly.
But we're just getting further away from it. And it does also make me think, when I tie that with situations like this, I'm like, that feels like it kills an element of that, like, spirituality thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for so many people that are either trying to connect to it, or some people that are connected to it but think, but then also people always make excuses for the things that they believe is right. Yeah. So, you know what? Someone else, another day, would same way, bring their child there, put that child in the same man's lap and just allow the same thing to happen and convince themselves that, know what, like, God or whoever, this is the person, they can just do that and they can just do whatever they want to do. Whereas these times, this Don could be potentially, not saying that he is, but someone like him could potentially be thinking, yeah, man, it's be all right. I'll just do what I want.
Wasn't there that American guy not even that long ago? I'm sure even
Some
recently where like he was like certain I'm Jesus. I'm sure he's there. An American Jesus. I don't think Jesus will ever be American. Let's be honest. Yeah? I'm not expecting that accent from him, bro.
Was he black American?
No, definitely not. It would be from one of them like hodunk towns. But hold on, Jesus in America, hold on. But I'm sure there was like a big, like they barricaded off the place.
Not gonna lie, that just sounds very Madeleine McCannish.
I can't work out if it was anything to do with the Mormons or one of them lots. But there's like societies where like they treat a man as the God. Did Jesus really live?
And by the way, when I say that sounds Madeleine McCannish, I mean it as in like that same girl that came out and said that she was Madeleine McCannish.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't her, by the way.
I saw a thing where like police had to like ram a crane into this house recently. Oh. Whereas the guy in there is like, he's basically saying that. Oh. Yeah.
The police ran a crane into his yard.
They had to get in. Yeah, like, you know that there's a cult. But
there's a documentary about something like this. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's called Go on. Oh, don't go on Netflix. But I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah,
they do this. There's always a Messiah somewhere, innit? Yeah. They're like,
and he told them to keep bare straps in the yard and that. Yeah, I heard about that. Apparently, he said because one day they're gonna come. He was basically doing all of that stuff and saying that like one day, either the police are gonna come or these people are gonna come and try to say that this isn't real. So they needed to just load up on straps and whatnot. When the police got there, these lot were so armed up, the police wasn't even ready for them. Yeah. They've come out and started letting off bare shots, killing bare man and that. The police had to come back with extra police.
Now, even if you did believe he was the Messiah, when people are coming to tell you you're not the Messiah, are you telling your lot to shoot at the place?
Yes, exactly. That's devilish.
That is exactly.
That's devilish.
But do you know what it is? Like, we're in the era of tapness. Let's be honest. Like, everyone's going like. Yeah. Every generation's getting worse and worse and worse, and like, I don't know, people are waking up one day and just believing they are the Messiah. It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's an absolute shit show.
But anyway,
I will close this part off by saying though, I have like lightly started to read the Quran though.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I just decided that interestingly enough, a few of the people that I care about deeply and that are like just proper, just blessed guys or people are Muslim.
Were they always Muslim?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just like one of them actually bought a Quran for my mum when she was going through what she was going through with Peter and that. And then I just started thinking, you know what? Like, why not? Let me just lightly read bits and pieces of it. So I just recently started doing that. But But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm here and going to convert.
Bottom
or
line,
anything like that.
yeah,
I'm just curious.
Here's the one thing I will say about religion. For all, like, a lot of people will scrutinize it and will just say, no, it's not good. It's a controlling mechanism. Whether it's Islam, Christianity, whatever it is, yeah, these books tell you to do good to one another and to always think and try and be as do unto others as you would do to yourself. They're not saying go mash people up.
No, but
These are the best books you can ever read, really.
yeah, definitely.
Because
The interesting thing is though, what is good?
Yeah, but there's no bad advice in there, really.
No, I know, but in some people's heart, what they believe is good, they can take. This is not the book's fault, by the way,
Yeah.
and this is not the teaching's fault either. But sometimes some people can read something and fit it into what they believe is the right thing.
Yeah.
And so that thing that is good ultimately is not really good. But they use it to justify good.
Or as soon as
evil.
people start saying they want us to be robots, they want everyone to be sing for the same hymn sheet, essentially. They want everyone to... It's a controlling mechanism. Once you land, our brains are so fragile, man, that as soon as you plant that seed in someone's head, that will start to grow.
Yeah. Oh, is this what it's called?
Wacko.
Wacko. Oh, Waco?
Yeah.
How do you know that it's Waco?
And not wacko.
Because I've heard comedians talk about it.
Okay. All right. That's all
Also,
I need.
comedians now are God now.
How do you know God wanted it to be spelt like that?
Oh, is it?
Oh, is
All right. All right, boom, let's move on. I was going to talk about this influencer bill that I found, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Influencer what?
Influencer bill. Do you want to Google it quickly? Go on, just quickly. Go to, put in French influencer bill. Yeah, bill.
Oh my God.
A new French bill could send influencers to jail. Open it.
I'm not clicking on that one. That's crazy. Let me accept.
Going down. The bill would dramatically alter how the French influencers post and will require platforms to build new tools to flag violations. The bill's provisions include requiring that all influencers have to disclose if they are using a filter, requiring all influencers to disclose if their face or body has been photoshopped, requiring all influencers to make it abundantly clear when their post is a paid promotion. But that's normal, right?
Yeah.
But I do think like the top part is interesting. Requiring all influencers disclose if their face or their body has been photoshopped, or requiring to let people know whether they've used a filter or not.
Well, what is an influencer? Like, at what point do you fall into what's that?
What does it say here?
300 bag fine.
Influencers will face hefty consequences for failing to meet the new requirements, up to 6 months in prison or 300 bag fine.
Take the 6 months for it.
That's still. Yeah, I'll take the 6 months.
Easy.
Man. Yeah.
It's the easiest decision you'll ever have to make. It's a strange bill from the French.
It hasn't been passed.
I don't know if it's been passed. No, it hasn't been passed yet.
I mean, I just don't really get it. At what point do you become an influencer?
At what point do you become an influencer?
Is it a number?
Instagram is 10,000.
I think.
But is that what, like, everyone can't be an influencer?
No.
I hate that term anyway.
I think an influencer though, isn't an influencer. I don't know. You know, that's an interesting one.
Like, this is what I'm saying, like,
what
how
I
do you even
think
know?
is it. What I was about to explain as an influencer is not. That's not the only thing, because like, I would say that an influencer is somebody who. The influencer that they're talking about, I believe, is somebody that is like on Instagram telling people about products or things or like, you know, constantly indirectly promoting.
Yes.
They will say, regardless of whether you
They're
are...
promoters.
Yeah, you're a promoter. You are a promoter.
Whereas if you're a footballer, you're just a footballer. Yes, you are an influence.
but
and
you're
you've
not
got
an
more followers.
influencer.
Exactly. So I just want to know where, like, how they dice up, where they draw the line on what's an influencer and what's not. This is all weird.
I think the moment that you get into that part of, I think even if you're a footballer, when you get into that point of you're talking to the camera about something, you are doing it with the point of influencing, which means they will put you in the category of an influencer, which means that if you don't go by the guidelines, it's 6 months in prison
They need to
or
scrap
300
that
bags.
They will have a tough time getting a guilty on all of these. I'll be honest.
Well, would they? I mean, look at what some people are doing to their bodies. If you haven't made it abundantly clear that you haven't, actually no, because that's different.
I mean,
It's like you're photoshopping your body. Do they even do that still? Do people still do that?
do the pinch.
Are they doing that?
I don't know.
I thought you just like real. I thought it's just more real life now. Like people just going fucking Harley Street or wherever.
I just don't. Do you know what
People
it is?
just going Turkey. They're not fucking spending X amount of money for Photoshop
The
anymore.
French are always up to
Whitening
something.
their teeth, maybe.
Like,
Or am I being naive?
fashion magazines still Photoshop.
Yeah, fashion magazines.
Exactly.
probably
As
still.
in, why influencers? Right, it's got to be for everyone then. The whole thing's airbrushed. Every magazine you pick up.
Yeah.
I think that what they would do, why they're doing it though, is because they're looking at body dysmorphia and what that is actually doing to a demographic of people. And so probably they're trying to find a way to do something about it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're getting loads of people or young kids and that are looking at the screen and thinking that what the screen is telling me is real, then there's some level of deception in there, because what happens is that this person thinks, oh my God, I have to look like this. I gotta be. It's that age.
Yeah.
It's becoming an age-old thing that we talk about or that people are talking about. But if it is abundantly clear, this is not how I look. This is not actually me. I'm still gonna tell you about this, but it's not me.
Yeah.
Maybe it does something different.
I just think everyone to be on the internet needs to pass now a fit and proper person's test. Everyone.
What does that look like?
Consumers as well as the influencers, because there are entire generations.
Consumers,
Everyone.
raw.
Everyone, bro. Have you not seen it? Left and right, bro. The whole generation's mash. Everyone's fried. Everyone. Like, I don't
bits.
get it. It's everyone is mash.
To bits. I'm telling you.
Get off the internet. Everyone needs to get off the internet. But get your feet in the sand or in the grass. Take a couple weeks off.
Right.
Just try and figure out, because they say with your mind, yeah, everything. Obviously, I'm not saying that if somebody's got flipping psychosis or whatever it is, but they say your mind actually heals very quickly if you allow it to.
Yeah.
So like the version I'm going to use is for porn. They say like if your head's gone when it comes to porn, then you can undo that damage. Like you see, if you get to the point where it's just like you're just watching like the most outrageous stuff.
I'm going to keep it 100. I undone it.
Yeah,
I
they just say if you go cold turkey for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
like all the damage kind of just like gets undone.
Yeah, because I went cold turkey on it, and then I remember one day I thought I ain't been on for a minute, and I nearly went on, but I thought, you know what?
Yeah, the relapse is always mad.
Yeah.
The
I'll be
relapse is
honest
mad.
with you.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always
yeah.
a relapse.
Yeah.
There's
Of
always
course
a
there is. It
relapse.
has to be. Of course.
There's always a
But
relapse.
the-
I'm at the moment. I'm off,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but I know that there's gonna be I know I'm gonna have a mad month. I'll be
yeah,
honest.
it's coming. Yeah. We just gotta know. We just gotta know where to draw it back.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think that's the same with people. I see people like not necessarily take that. You have to like information's on the internet, but everyone is glued to their phones like often, and it's not just like I'm glued to my phone, but I'm usually speaking to a human somewhere on my phone or organizing this or whatever it is. I don't like, just scroll and just take in information all day long. I think it's like potentially dangerous because like it's just like you're just taking in everything, and now you're mash, but you can undo it. Just take your screen time down, and just go for a walk, go for a drive, listen to some music, whatever it is. Because I think it is actually getting to that stage now where people are definitely more mashed now than they were years ago.
Of course.
100%. It's not just awareness.
No.
There's actually like higher numbers of just like absolute mayhem going on. Like people's minds are like really frazzling away.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and you go flipping to countries where they're not as well off, and they're not like this, bro.
Nah,
They're not.
they're not.
It's these, bro. It's these. They have done us completely.
fucked.
Before we grew up just playing Snake. And anyway, there was only so big that Snake could get before the screen's gone.
Well, hear this anyway. What symbol is on that iPhone there?
I know. None of us should have any Apple products, bro.
And what is the Apple?
Plain sight. Bitten.
Right.
Aye.
That's
Brother.
what Thingy was saying.
He was talking about
Who?
that.
Mushroom guy.
Yeah.
Because you know it's part of their thing, for example, yeah. Like I don't know that much about Satanism or anything like that, but I've heard that basically like they're not allowed to outwardly lie to you. They have to hide in plain sight.
Yeah. I mean, look, to be honest with you, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, just say can Satanists.
If I'm sitting there lying to you, that's...
Can Satanists lie to you or whatever it is? Of course they can lie to you, but I'm sure there's something in that where
I want you to be able to see it. I would want you to be able to see it.
But would it be for ego that you'd want to be able to?
Yes. I'd want you to know that I am existing.
No, it's not Satan's 10 strategies against you.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's like Satanism is like a religion in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, can Satanists lie?
Well, of course. I mean, look, like, I don't know.
Also, do you...
Apparently, Adam and Eve was based upon two brothers anyway.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like, bro, this even happens with Harry Potter books. I'm being serious. Where people decide to write in their own narrative.
But 11 satanic rules.
People don't want to hear.
Do not give opinions or advice unless you are asked. Wait.
Hold on, yeah, go through those.
Yeah, I'm just going to highlight them to read.
Do not harm little children.
That's okay.
Do not kill non-human animals.
What?
Unless you are attacked or for your food.
What about humans?
Do not complain about anything.
Hey, number 6 is berserk.
I'm trying to find one that is mad. Do not take... What's that? Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to the other person and he cries out to be relieved.
Number
that?
7's crazy, acknowledge the power of magic. If you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires, if you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained.
Oh, mad. Oh, I don't know about all of that, bro. Where did that come from anyway?
Hey, what's the mating signal? Man said, do not make sexual advances unless you're given the mating signal.
What's the
That's
mating
cold.
signal? Dick hard.
Yeah. Alright, this
Man's
is
just holding outside, just holding his dick.
This bro, the world, listen,
Hey.
the world's a mess, bro. It's
Anyway,
done,
look,
it's
let's
done,
move
it's
off
done,
of this quickly. Let's just talk about getting some fight stuff.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua. We're obviously
Yeah.
supposed to talk about this time ago, but it's cool. We'll just lightly stay on it. What do you think happens next for Anthony Joshua?
I'm hearing whispers.
Oh shit.
But the whispers in boxing, like, usually by the time you've heard them, means they're already gone. But there's rumors of that him fighting Wilder in December in Saudi Arabia, and Usyk fighting Fury, and the winner
Will fight each other.
and then you have like a third, fourth playoff, I guess.
And you know what? All of those fights in each dynamic I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Barring barring Tyson and Wilder again.
That I would even watch that again. I personally,
Yeah?
yeah,
I mean, I would watch it again.
because the third one was the best one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's because Wilder basically got his ass handed to him.
No, second one he got his ass handed. Third one he dropped Fury twice.
The third, who? Wait, who?
He dropped Fury twice.
Undertaker.
No, first one he got up like the Undertaker. Second one, Fury just beat him up.
Yes.
Third one, he dropped Wilder, and then Wilder's dropped Fury twice.
Did he? Am I going mad? I don't even
Did he
remember
drop him
that.
twice. It was definitely once. I think he might have done him twice. And then Fury came back to stop him. Crazy fight. Fury Wilder 3.
Mad. Like, why is it in my head that I only remember Wilder getting his ass... Wait, which one was the one where he had his eardrum burst?
Two.
That was 2.
Yeah.
So then, he dropped him twice.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm sure he dropped him
Round
twice.
was then.
Wait, Wilder got dropped first.
Just scroll across because you'll just be able to see a man on the floor. I don't remember this. This is mad. And what round? What round did this end?
I'm not sure. So that's
Oh, no,
Wilder
wait,
on the
that-
floor.
wait,
That's
that's Wilder
Wilder on the
dropped.
floor.
By the way, this probably can't go on the screen.
Yeah.
Because it's so annoying.
But then he clips him on his way in. I think it's going to be right there, you know?
No, that's
Oh.
that's him dropped again.
Oh, it's that here.
He got whacked up. Round 4.
Oh yeah, look, bam.
On the ground.
Go away, go. Let me see that.
Caught him on his way in with a short right hand.
Ba-bam.
That to me looks a little bit more pushy.
Nah, he hit him and I think he gets him again after this.
Wait, go. Where are you going?
Yeah, see?
And again,
Yeah.
bruv, my memory has escaped me. I know I watched this.
Oh, yeah.
So then why is this? Oh, but Dan.
No, as in that they're not flush shots, but he knows. And then he gets up and stops him.
Yeah. So okay, well let me ask you this then. Well then why isn't this is the case, which I actually I can't even believe I forgot this fight. And I don't understand why in my mind I'm seeing the third fight as the second fight.
Yeah.
But no, why I'm seeing the second fight as the third fight, sorry. But why is this not a fight that is like people are looking for again then?
Because we've kind of had 3 Fury wins.
Yeah.
Even though they're competitive, I can watch them fight 10 times.
It was a draw, win-win, right?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
draw,
but
wasn't
it was an easy.
The first
win.
one
That
was
was one of the
odd.
biggest robberies I've seen.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to see the best fight the best.
Yeah.
I think that's where UFC is really catching up with boxing in the sense where, because they're all under the same umbrella, there is no property to protect.
Yeah, the only thing is there's politics in that stuff too, though, because I've always said that's one of the reasons why I like UFC. We're the best of fighting the best, but what you do start to realize is that sometimes Dana White is putting like big characters together, or like he's trying to build up the big character so that the big character can drive a fight.
Yeah, but at least he can make them all happen. Even with enough pressure, he can make the fights happen.
Yeah.
Whereas with boxing, you can put as much pressure as you want on it. It doesn't matter. This will only get made when it gets ordered or when they're both actually ready and all the broadcasters, everyone's ready to play ball. Until then, it can't work.
Stupid question, but like AJ fighting Wilder is obviously a dangerous fight
Huge danger. Big danger.
at this point in it, because obviously I think most people will probably take an educated guess that AJ could potentially box Wilder's head off, but Wilder will always have one moment.
Yeah. And he just, do you know what it is? His
And
powers,
AJ's receptive to really being hit.
He's just got damn power. Like, you know, like just power that comes from who knows where, because he's hitting guys and they are like switching off.
Yeah.
Like he's proper turning them off. So like he's got stupid power. I reckon like I want to see them all anyway, because like when it's all said and done, we see upsets a lot. We saw one at the weekend.
Yeah. Say it, mention it.
And that was Zhang. I don't even really think that was
Mention
an
it
upset.
because people that
when
might
I was
know.
in Saudi
For
on the
people who don't
undercard.
know, like, because
Oh, sorry. So Joe Joyce got beat by Zhang, who's like a huge like Chinese fighter. But
just for context as well, Joe Joyce was like expected to just win that by a country mile.
But I thought that was a 50-50 fight. I thought what might swing it in Joe Joyce's favour is the fact that it's here. It's on a Frank Warren show, blah, 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 blah. But I watched Zhang in Saudi. He fought a guy called Hergovich. And it was... I thought Zhang won it.
As well,
yeah, I thought Zhang won the fight.
Yeah.
But he's a dangerous boy. He's big. He can bang. And you know, like, he's just technically quite sound. Like, he's faster than he probably should be. And he beat Joyce up, man. He had so much joy. He
closed his eye, innit?
Yeah.
He just kept getting hit with the left.
I reckon it's the elbow. But Joyce is known from the amateurs for blocking shots of his face. Right. But I think something's gone. Like, I don't think I would go up that quick without orbital bone getting cracked. I personally think, I think that's probably orbital. But big upsets, man. Like, you see them all the time. It's a fight, and you're fighting somebody who's not an idiot.
Yeah, it also, like, you are right. I think that upset as well does it does highlight that, like, obviously these type of things happen, innit? Like, because I know it did seem like a couple of things that I watched from Joe Joyce seemed like I wouldn't say he was like overlooking my man, but he was definitely like,
he's a favourite.
Looking at, he was the favourite, and he was looking at the next step of fighting AJ again or whatever it may be. Yeah, hold on, wait 1 second. But yeah, then that upset happened, and then fucking he got his eye closed and all of that. But I don't know, man. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens next. I'm more just looking at AJ and what happens with him or what happens next. There was so much pressure on him, which was rightly so there, I guess, where they're saying that, you know, he's supposed to knock my man out. It didn't happen. Obviously, he got the win though, and it's like probably one of the few times where you could see somebody not necessarily fully happy with the win, but you just take it.
Yeah, you take it. I personally think AJ. A lot of people think AJ is. It's gonna sound stupid, but better than he is. Because they've seen him just run through the division, and a lot of people also think that Franklin is worse. Than he is.
Exactly.
Franklin's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Franklin's good, man. And like
he's got a decent record as well.
And he got really fit for that. Like, he lost like 20 pounds. Like, that was like, I think his first camp where he didn't work. Like, he's now a professional boxer. Like, he really went for it.
Yeah.
He's tidy. He's got fast hands. He's enough. Like, and he's a counter puncher. So like, naturally, you have to think. If you're AJ, you have to think before you throw, because you know something's coming back. So like, I think it makes you more hesitant, and AJ's become slightly more hesitant over the years anyway. So it's just, regardless, I still want to see everyone fight each other. The version of AJ that everyone loved and expects to see all the time is a fearless one. As soon as you slap fear, a little bit of hesitation to someone, you just don't behave the same way. So, but with Wilder, it's a tough one because you kind of have to go for him. Because if you don't switch him off, he's probably going to switch you off.
Yeah. That's probably like a good thing about fighting someone like him.
Yeah.
From a neutral point of view, from someone who enjoys watching boxing anyway. But yeah, he's a dangerous guy.
Bro, the heavyweight scene is sick, man. Even domestically, like I see, like the heavyweight scene's sick. I was chatting to Fabio Wardi, yeah? He got the British title. Ever since he got the British title, everyone's on him. Everyone's onto him. Everyone, bro. This is what I mean. Like, you pick up a belt and they're on you.
Yeah, straight away. Everyone wants the belt.
Everyone
wants the belt.
But boxing is, It needs
do you know what?
The big
like,
fights.
if this is the case, if he does fight Wilder at the end of the year, then I do think that's sick still, because it's like, he's still in the mix. And there's still there will be an excitement to see that fight. Do you get me? But you know what? I also think as well, I know that this is from a super idealistic place, and I know that it just doesn't work like that. But sometimes I do think, like, you know what? Once you've got all the belts and you go for a little losing streak or whatever, where you lose a couple of fights, and it seems like maybe you've lost a step, because that's what some people say about AJ, that they feel like he's lost a step in that. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what, scale everything back and like fully start again. But it's difficult to do that when you are the fucking star, because you can't do that. It's like every fight that you got to do has got to be even the fucking big arena or a stadium or whatever. Yeah. But in my mind, sometimes I think, you know what? Let's go back to the community centre. Knock out a Don.
Yeah.
Go back, knock out the next one.
That'd be sick to do a York Hall.
Yes,
exactly. To do a York Hall thing, smoke something. Yeah. But I think in many ways, that's something that you might need. The problem is, like, when you're up at that level, you need top level everything. So top level sparring, top level blah, blah, blah. So forget the fight itself. In sparring, you're having hard rounds.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just fight night. Like, he'll be constantly reminded that the next crop's here already and gunning for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the cash cow. He's the one everyone kind of wants to fight, because they'll think they can beat him or at least give a good account of themselves against him, and you get big money for it and a big, huge profile. He's a dream to. He must be like the most sought after heavyweight.
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, it feels disappointing that he's not going to fight until December.
It's a long time out.
It's a really long time out. He's not getting any younger. I would have loved to have seen him fight in the summertime for me.
He might still. This is just a whisper.
Yeah, but I did see that
I've heard a whisper since that whisper of an interim fight as well. But I've heard that. I think it was. Yeah, I've heard whispers of interim fights as well. But who knows? That's the thing with whispers. It's like the story of Adam and Eve.
I hear it.
It's like that.
Do you know what? This was the one thing that I was going to say had we have recorded this at the time that the fight had just happened, yeah? The one thing that I've noticed with AJ, for me, is my observation, is that, like, for me, leading up to the fight and when he's there, he looks like he's ready to tear somebody's head off. When you see K-Trap, honourable shout out to K-Trap, by the way, he's doing his thing, whatnot. AJ comes out. He's not even really trying to do too much now. He's on a vibe of, listen, I'm going to go and do my thing. I'm going to go and yam some food now, yeah? And I'm hype, yeah? Because I don't care what it is. I just wanted to see him smack man up to bits, yeah? But then, I feel, though, that, like, as the fight starts and it goes on a little bit, it's almost like the dog goes a bit.
I think it's just natural.
And it's like, so it just seems. Then it seems like he's actually. It seems like he's having fun though. It doesn't ever seem like he's like in there on a super panicky vibe. Really, to me, it just seems like he's in there now. And it's like, okay, boom, I'm taking part in the sport now, and like we're playing the game of chess and whatnot, and like obviously there's respect there, which of course there is. But I guess like in my mind, and I'm talking from a place of privilege, I don't want anyone punching me in my face. I don't want that. Yeah, but. In my mind, sometimes I think, fuck that respect thing. Just like, this guy wants to duppy you, bro.
But
he wants to end you.
Some people can go off that. Like, if that's who they,
but like, that's too over emotional, isn't it?
It depends. Some people are naturally highly strong. Like, there are nutters that step in the ring, and every time, because they are nutters anyway, they can go in there with that highly strong version of themselves. Yeah. That's actually the real them. Whereas if it's not the real you, to amp yourself up like that, too much nervous energy, like there's too much energy you're expending. You're better off doing the Floyd thing and just being calm.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? You can be more receptive to making mistakes that way.
100%.
So I get it still. And lastly, honourable shout out to Israel Adesanya as well.
Yeah.
Beat Alex Pereira in UFC, and that was like incredible. I can't lie. I'll be honest with you. Loads of people was asking before, could he beat him? And in public, I'm saying yeah, but in my heart, I'm like, I don't know, you know, because this guy has had him like from before the UFC and after, and I just think, you know, when I watched the last fight, do you know what? It's so mad, yeah. When you start watching things back, it gives you a different perspective of what you originally saw. Mm-hmm. So like, when I first watched the fight, the most recent one, yeah, and like just before Israel knocks him out, I'm looking at this thinking, oh my God, like Alex has got him, you know? Alex has got him. And like, had that not have happened, I'm thinking in my head, this might turn out how the last one kind of turned out a bit. But Then, as I'm watching him back, I remember the first UFC fight, yeah. He's like, a couple times he's like Alex is like pressing him and moving towards him, yeah. And then Israel catches him with I think it's an overhand left or overhand right, yeah. And it rattles him, bro, to bit.
Yeah,
and you know what? He was saved by the bell.
Yeah.
Because had that bell not have gone off, he would have got his
pounced on.
to bits,
Yeah.
and it would have been done, yeah. So in this fight, the same thing actually happened. So in my mind, when I'm looking at this, thinking, I think it's mad if that didn't happen. Nah, Israel was actually setting that up.
Yeah, of course.
Because he knew from the last time I caught him that way.
Yeah.
So you see, like a few times he's going back to the cage, and he's like looking like,
bam.
Yeah. But Alex is always throwing punches with his hands down a bit.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's hitting him and he's doing all this type of stuff. Bye!
Yeah.
Knocked him with it. Then he didn't survive that one.
Yeah, see,
and it was like, I think the sickest thing, as I would say as well, about that fight was the bit after it, where he took the mic. He took Joe Rogan's mic, yeah, and he was like, listen, I hope that some of you, for one day or for one moment, get to feel this level of joy that you get from doing that. Just one moment of it. And I'm like, I hear it.
Yeah, he's in his bag.
Yeah.
100.
But you know what? I give it to him. He kept fighting him until he actually got him. And I think we always, when you talk about like fighting and stuff like that, I do believe that it takes something out of you when you get knocked out.
Yeah.
And it's hard to come back when somebody knocks you out or when you lose or whatever else. Israel's come back and just did an absolute madness. He is the GOAT. And he's a fucking sick guy. Interviewed him last year, innit? I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, my G.
Come on.
Anything interesting for the rest of the day?
No, I'm gonna go get my sound quickly.
All right, my brother.
Gym.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah.
Come on.